Hi, I'm Tom, sales manager, S&S Ride Shop. I'm about to explain the difference between alternative camber and regular camber boards. Come with me. Alright, first off I'm going to explain camber boards. Tried and true, you have your contact points on the outside and it arcs up in the middle. As you can see, there's a space between. You got a 2010 Burton Easy Living 155, the channel system, one at edge, real good park board, Danny uses for pipe. Cool hippie graphic, really pops. So with camber, try and true method, like I said before, you're going to get a lot of power out of this as you're carving through the turns. It digs in real well because your contact points are out here. You have that added pop as you compress it. It always wants to spring back, so that's going to pop in your ollies. Good for pipe, hitting big kickers, soul carving, big mountain stuff. It's always been around, always going to be around for the guys who are just hitting jumps and doing everything they're normally done in the park. Not bad for your presses, going to be a little more rewarding too, because you have to power through it, through that camber. So when you press, it's just going to be that more rewarding because you're going to get that slick press going, and it's just going to feel that much better once you pop off that you came through it. Alright, next thing we're going to do is talk about rocker. Here we have the 2010 Arbor Draft, good rocker board. It won 3 awards this year, SIA Innovation Award, also won Future Snowboarding Award, also won Outside Magazine's Best Of Award. It's got brass edges, good for rails, softer metal, it's not going to catch when it gets that steel with the Lexan. Also, similar to the Magnet Traction, they call it Grip Tech. Instead of having 6 points, it has 2 on each side. It's hard to see, but they protrude out just a little bit. So with rocker, you're going to get that rocker feel. It's good for powder, good for flow. You're going to get some pop. They're doing things like this has a, as you can see, this wood veneer here. Going to give it kind of like their power spine, going to give some pop back in it, but you're not going to get the same pop and power and edge hold as you do on a regular camber board. This is good for park guys who aren't going off crazy huge booters. You're going to, right away, you just lean forward, you already press, so you can really get your presses up. It's a lot more forgiving because when you land, you're not going to, most of the time you're going to be leaning back on the nose or the tail, so you're not going to catch his edge likely. Butters are super easy. Even if you're learning, it makes things a lot easier because if you're riding that front contact points in the air, real floaty. A lot of guys like this. Some guys ridden it, like it, or going back to camber. Really, pretty much you have to try it out for yourself and you can decide from there. Alright, next I'm talking about zero camber boards. This is exactly what it means, zero camber, not anti-camber, not camber. It's flat. Here we have the 2010 Burton Condom. Pretty much dominant, but it's flat. Also another cool feature, it has a good rail board. These edges are upturned, so if you look at it this way, here and here, about half an inch each side, it's beveled up. So real catch-free board. So with zero camber, you're going to get kind of in between. You kind of get that playfulness of not having these contact points always touching, but you're still going to have the stability of camber. Really good for rails, super stable. You stomp your landings because you have all that platform to stand on. And it's a real playful board. It's just for those guys who can't really decide what they want, or pretty much the street guys, the real rail park guys will all love it. You still get a lot of pop too often. Not as much as a camber, you're still getting more pop than a rocker board. So if you guys in between, this is probably the board for you. Next one I'm talking about boards that fall into the category of rocker camber combo. They have rocker and camber both built into them. This is a women's board, Never Summer 2010, Pandora 146. The rocker combo with the camber is good for the riders who still want that float in the powder and also for presses and things like that in the park, but when they're going to hit big jumps or in the groomers, they still want that edge hold and that pop. So it's hard to tell, but you got camber underneath here, rocker in the middle and the outside, so that's going to help you out. But then when you want it, when you go to pop, those camber points are going to compress and then they're going to rebound. That's going to give you a lot of pop. Also, when you're on your edge, they're going to flatten out and really grip. So this is really good for the person who wants to do it all and not sure what they want. This is probably the way to go. It's the future right here.